You got some balls, bro. That sound is fucking insane. More like,
hey, what are you doing? Huh? What are you doing?
so if he's standing, like they call him Robert De Niro, but what if he's like a mile away from you? Is he Robert DeFaro?
If we were having a battle, that would have been a fucking critical hit right there.
Yo, your face is like, oh.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Cam, this is Zay, and we are here watching Game of Thrones Season 4, Episode 5, the first of his name without the. But with that being said, if you guys like what you're watching, make sure you leave a like down below. It would be greatly appreciated. It helps with the algorithm, helps our video get out there more. And if you also like what we're watching, hit that subscribe button if you're not already to stay tuned for more. And you can also hit that bell notification button to be notified the next time we upload a new video. If you want to watch our full-length reaction to this and the next 4 episodes, that includes episode 9, you can check that out on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description. And yeah, Zay, what do you remember previously?
So, just for a quick little recap, Brienne is now with Podrick, guys, and also I do this in no particular order. I just kind of go off the top of my head, and you know, obviously brings back everything. We saw the split of Jaime from Brienne. Brienne actually is heading with Podrick. Interesting. Brienne was given the Valyrian sword, originally given to Jaime, and then Podrick was given the axe that Tyrion wielded at Blackwater. Kind of like mementos of like the friendship and stuff that they formed with each other, I imagine, kind of that type of thing. Like a token almost of gratitude also in a sense.
Sure.
You know, however you want to picture it. Dany took over Marine and ended up nailing the masters to the 100 mark, used them as markers now, basically. She used them as markers. She nailed them all, basically gave them the same punishment, freed the city. It seems like she's using it as a base of operations now. She hung her banner from it, which I didn't notice from any of the other cities. I don't think it happened at any other city, or wasn't displayed as prominently. And they even showed a shot of her over the castle, kind of like looking like, you know, the queen. Bran was captured at Craster's, and he revealed his identity while unknowingly Jon is actually on his way. One, to take care of the defective Night's Watchman at Craster's, but he also already had believed that Bran might be ending up there. So little did he know, he got there a little bit quicker than expected. Sansa kind of picked his mind on the death of Joffrey, I guess, for lack of a better term. Baelish, I mean, I think it's important that Baelish said that his new friends are predictable. But is he if he is part of the Olenna, which is what I think it is, he might be underestimating her wit and who she is, because he's kind of assuming that whoever he's partnered with is pretty easy to like manipulate and be able to read. And then the coolest thing, in my opinion, we saw what happened to the babies from Craster's. White Walkers take it, they bring it to some sort of ritual ceremony with ice blocks surrounding a circular ice slab, and one walked up, put its nail to the cheek of the baby, and the baby's eyes start to turn that White Walker blue. Does that mean it becomes a White Walker? I said yes. Cam said he can't say, so obviously I have to just assume I think so. But I think that's a cool, quick little recap. I know there's some other stuff that happened, obviously, and I'm not saying that it wasn't important, but we don't want to keep you here too long. I want to get into the episode with you guys. So that being said, Cam, anything else?
Nope, let's do it.
I now proclaim Tommen of the House Baratheon, first of his name, King of the Andals and the First Men, and Lord of the 7 Kingdoms.
He has a more likable face than Joffrey. Sorry, Joffrey actor. I heard you were in my son's bedroom last night. His bedtime's 10 p.m. It's 10:30.
You still mourn for Joffrey?
No.
He was my husband, my king. He would have been your nightmare.
Oh my god. Stop fucking lying. She's not mourning his ass.
He's only a boy. A good boy, a decent boy. He always has been. He was the last decent.
He definitely doesn't seem
Like
as
Joffrey.
twisted as Joffrey.
Nah, but that's what's scaring me, bro. It's always the calm ones.
We may be faced with an alarming number of weddings soon. I won't even know what to call you. Sister?
She's like, watch it. Starts.
King Joffrey Baratheon is dead.
Good.
Murdered at his own wedding.
As he should have been. Sorry.
There's other news. From Yunkai. Without the Unsullied to enforce your rule, the wise masters have retaken control of the city. They've re-enslaved the freedmen who stayed behind and sworn to take revenge against you. And in Astapor,
Oh, you fucking
the
kidding.
council you installed to rule over the city has been overthrown by a butcher named Cleon, declared himself his imperial majesty.
Gotta love the consequence. It's like it seems easy at first, but it's like you've got cities now.
Well, that's
You're-
like,
I mean, you're like
think about the like Holy Roman Empire in Greece. Dude, Holy
you'll
Roman
just
Empire.
conquer it and then
they-
everything's good. Like
No, they spanned so large, but Caesar couldn't take control of everything. He had to trust people, and he ended up getting assassinated by his own people.
How can I rule 7 kingdoms if I can't control Slavers Bay?
You need more. Oh.
Why should anyone follow me?
You're a Targaryen. You're the mother of dragons.
I need to be more than that.
Realistically, it would have been able to benefit her if she could have kept someone sullied in each of the cities, because they're kind of more sworn to her.
I will rule.
This kind of shows where her inexperience with being a leader like that kind of comes in, because she really didn't take many precautions. She took the city, liberated it, left a council. She took the city, liberated it, and kept moving, but not thinking about like, yeah, there's going to be people that are like, oh, she's gone? Oh yeah, that's my
Yeah.
city. Yeah, fuck
yeah,
her.
exactly.
What are you talking about? Like, fuck her dragon. She's moving on. Like, so shows the consequences of inexperience, but she's learning from it. And Jorah is a very big advisor for her in that aspect.
The first lords of the Vale didn't have much, but they had these mountains, and they knew how to use them. The fortress they built here has never been overcome, not once in 1,000 years.
This ain't the only Stark girl on her way to the Vale.
And one man can be worth 10,000.
Oh shit. We
Remember?
might see a reunion. Yeah, we didn't get to see Arya and the Hound.
Do you think they're already here?
And his niece, Elaine.
I want to say no, but like,
Make
I
a
don't
guess.
know.
Stand to!
Yes.
All right, that's your guess.
Fuck you, because I know deep in your head right now you're like, this idiot, or you're like, oh, okay, you got lucky
Yeah,
this
we'll have to
time.
see.
If they're not here, you have the right to say this fucking idiot out loud.
My flesh and blood.
It's wonderful to meet you, Aunt Lucy.
Now, come here. Everyone
I
must
may be your flesh and blood, but keep me away from your
from your
boob.
tit. She's like, no. Every guest must. It's like, I don't want to.
What took you so long?
Interesting.
Extricating Sansa, getting her here alive.
She's here. We spent more than enough time on her for one evening.
Let's get married tonight.
Ought we not inform the lords of the Vale about the ceremony?
Bear's just like, well.
I'm done waiting, Peter. We had a wedding night many years ago. Don't you remember?
Like it was yesterday.
What wife?
Yeah, he looks like it. He looks like. Yeah, he looks fucking thrilled about that memory.
My husband's wine. When you told me to write a letter to Cat.
He had her
telling
pour
it was
the
a
drops.
lousy-
They've been wondering this whole time
Oh!
who killed John Arryn.
You dirty fucks.
The man that Ned has been investigating that whole time that led to Ned getting his head cut off.
You dirty
John Arryn's
bastards.
death.
Faded into nothing.
He is.
Only speaking of it can make it real. Tonight it is then.
How do I
I'm done
shut
waiting, Peter. I want to get married. Do you remember that night we had our wedding night? Yes. I do very much so.
He feels responsible for you.
Oh, I know he does. I'm so grateful.
Why? Why does he feel responsible for you?
Oh, the crazy bitch just broke out.
Your family so
Loved
much.
your mother?
No.
That's what you wanted to say.
He loves you, Aunt Lysa.
Are you pregnant?
What? I'm a virgin, I swear it. He loves you, Aunt Lysa. I swear to you that he's never touched me, not once, not ever.
It's all right.
Little too close to the titty there. I am not trying to drink that.
It's probably got some fuck. It's got like probably fucking nightshade in it. It's fucking just, that's how she poisons people. Pretty cool scene. That's a cool
Yeah.
shot. That's a really
Look at
cool
that.
shot. With the horses, the water looks crazy.
The hell you doing?
Practicing.
What, ways to die?
No one's gonna kill me.
You will if you nonce around like that. Go on, do it for your verbose friend. Dead like all the rest of your friends.
Yeah, needle's not gonna penetrate that.
Your friend's dead, and Meryn Trant's not. There's Trant had armor, and a big fucking sword.
Well, I mean, you can't. I mean,
He's not wrong. I mean, your sword's just not good enough against someone that has armor. Like, what are you gonna do?
Right.
It's so
Yeah.
thin and small. I don't know, Oberyn.
you gotta hit them where they don't have armor on if you are gonna use a sword like that.
That takes a lot. God, I love those guys' armor. That's dope.
I didn't realize you were a poet.
Not a very good one.
For your paramour.
For one of my daughters.
You have several, don't you?
8.
8?
Last time I saw her, she was swimming with 2 of my girls in the water gardens.
I want to believe that. I want to believe she's happy.
We don't hurt little girls in Dorne.
Everywhere in the world they hurt little girls.
He's assuring her that the daughter's safe.
Do you believe him?
I'd like to.
What are you doing?
I'm helping you with your armor.
I've been removing my own armor for quite some time, thank you very much. What exactly did you do for Lord Tyrion?
I brought him his meals and cleared his table when he was finished. Mostly I poured wine.
Whilst in Lord Tyrion's service, did you ever do anything remotely related to combat?
I killed a man.
Damn straight.
Yes, sir.
Who?
King's guard. He tried to kill Lord Tyrion at the Blackwater.
Nice.
Help me with these straps.
He's just happy to serve, man. That's all
Right.
he is, right? He's like, yes, yes. I have you, my lady.
They already have stopped me.
No. You're not here. You're far from here. At the hill. The great weirwood tree. You've seen it too. Mira and I, we're only here to guide you.
Hmm.
He's waiting for you.
Who?
We have to find it. You have to make it.
Firestorm? What the fuck just happened? What? How the fuck was he bending fire? What the fuck is going on? Was he the only one that saw that, or did Brandon them see that? I couldn't. Oh god, it's like talking to a fucking doll. That just goes. Oh. Fuck you. Odor, you're not gonna help.
If you let my sister go, I can help you. You can help me. I can. I have the sight. I can see things. That's very helpful. Things that haven't happened yet.
What do you think about that?
Him saying that or him claiming it?
A fine thing.
Claiming it.
Have you seen what I'm going to do to your sister?
I just don't think it matters right now to him. To the other guy.
I saw you die tonight. I saw your body burn. I saw the snow fall and bury your bones.
Here, the Night's Watch.
What an entrance. What a good time.
Yeah, right, bro? Because I was like, you're about to get stabbed and then have to watch your sister get snalted.
I wonder how painful it is, if they can even feel it.
Getting stabbed?
Is John with you?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, you definitely feel that.
Take you to him.
Imagine you've ever gotten a paper cut?
Here, Brandon.
Imagine that shit going through your whole fucking abdomen. Just
Hold on. A little crippled lord.
John! John! John!
Keep talking, and I'll cut your friends' throats. Do you hear?
He was like, "Are you Brandon Stark?" And he didn't respond, so he cut his leg and realized that he had no reaction to it. So
right.
He was like, "Yeah, you're Brandon."
Hodor. Just fucking. I mean, yeah.
Oh boy.
You got some balls, bro. That sound is fucking insane.
Hold on.
Holy shit.
Get his knife. Cut me loose, hold on.
He's having.
He's like,
can't.
"What the fuck
I
did
want to
just
say.
do?"
I want to say it, but it'd be like kind of a spoiler if someone was watching another show. But a blackout, and then you realize what just happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That type of moment.
Yeah.
We need to free someone.
He's literally right there. John is right there again,
bro.
Maybe it pans out this time.
Come on, John. Come on, John.
Old man teach you how to stand, how to parry, how to fight with honor.
Yeah, don't fight with honor, bro. Come on now. Let's go, John. Turn up. Turn up. Turn up.
You know what's wrong with honor?
That's a dirty. That's dirty. That was a dirty fucking move. Hey.
Hey.
One of the daughters. I mean, girl, I would start moving. I'd start backing up. I don't know if people freeze up the.
Spit in my face, motherfucker.
That was a nutty kill. That was one of the coolest kills I've seen in a show. Like, that was insane.
That was dope. Imagine seeing that in 3D.
Mark said there were 11 of them. Where's Rust?
What a coward. He ran away.
Oh, we know this.
I mean, yeah, we do. I hope he runs into a White Walker. Oh, he was taunting ghosts, remember? Now, wait a minute. My friend. Yep. There it is. There it is. Ghost was like,
and that's what you get, bitch.
You didn't give me a chicken leg. You didn't give me no water. Guess what? Don't matter. I'm gonna eat tonight.
We're in 7 L's. Come here.
That's so cool, bro. Having a whole ass dire wolf come back to you, like,
you, boy.
Listens to your every command.
In Craster's Keep.
Burn it to the ground. And all the dead with it.
Well, they're smart.
Yeah, definitely smart. Yeah, if I was them, like, the main thing would be like, yeah, if you bring women there, you could have them be like the cooks, you know, the hands. I mean, I get why they don't want to go, because they're like, you know, these guys were crows. They beat the shit out of us and assault and smalted us.
Yeah.
You know,
You can't blame them at all.
No. I understand it. I was thinking strategically. I'm like, honestly, for the Night's Watch, if they could do that, now you can remove men stewards and have them be trained as like better soldiers and stuff like you know what I'm saying? Try to like alleviate some of the duties. Wow, that's the end of the episode. Holy shit. Craster's Keep.
All right.
Down.
That was Game of Thrones Season 4, Episode 5, first of his name. If you guys liked what you were watching, leave a like down below. It helps with the algorithm and helps get our video out there. You can also subscribe to stay tuned for more. If you want to watch our full-length reaction to this and the next 4 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. With that being said, Zay, what are your initial thoughts of this episode?
Really dope episode. A lot went down per usual with these episodes. It was cool. We got to catch up with Jon again, though. We got to see Jon and Bran reunite now, along with Ghost and Summer. Although, once again, no Stannis, or Red Woman. What's going on? That's 2 back-to-back. I thought
last time we saw Davos, he was trying to get a letter sent to a bank. Let's say that much.
So interesting that we still haven't gotten to see them. I wonder if we're going to see them next episode, or like, what's the case?
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's get into the Q&A. For the beginning, we have Tommen has now been officiated as king.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your thoughts on that whole situation and the conflict between Marjorie and Cersei, and if you think that they may be able to find peace with each other, or that it's going to keep boiling? What are your thoughts there?
I don't think Cersei is ever going to find peace with Marjorie. I think that she suspects that Marjorie is trying to gain something from it, which naturally I'm sure she probably is. I mean, it gives your family power, being a queen. And you know, I think that they'll learn to deal with each other, almost kind of like, you know, like the mother-in-law you don't like dealing with, like, you know, but I don't know. I mean, with him being king, I mean, we haven't really gotten to see too much of Tommen, and like we've gotten a little bit of his demeanor and such, but I'm more interested to see him, like, what his first action is. Like, when something arises, how does he deal with things, you know? Joffrey was far more aggressive when something that he disliked occurred. You know, he was more aggressive, would want to like embarrass people and take it out brutally on them. So how is Tommen? Does Tommen appear more even keeled, but maybe he's more sadistic, or is he more calculated and more peaceful? I mean, I don't know. But I'm interested to see how he develops for sure.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Dany is kind of being made aware that you can't really just conquer a city and leave it.
And I like that they did that because it does. Again, I mean, I mentioned it during the reaction. Had she been able to leave 1,000 Unsullied in each of those city, that might not have happened. That's 1,000 because the Unsullied are loyal, like diehard loyal. You know, and it shows the inexperience of a leader, maybe lack of understanding of what it's like to be a leader. I mean, I related it to the Holy Roman Empire. They were one of, if not the largest empire ever created in history. And what happens is that you're so far spread out that yeah, Julius Caesar is the leader. However, he can't be everywhere at once, which means that you have councils that start to speculate and maybe they try to turn on you and turn your city. You have other leaders say, well, this is a small city that he hasn't been to in a while. He's too far away. Why don't we take this and let's see what we can do? People try. That's world domination so unlikely in real world and in most aspects because of that. It's too hard to keep tabs on that. You would need so many diehard loyalists to rule all the areas you can't. It's just not realistic. So now she has to either, I wonder, I don't think she'll go back to take over those cities necessarily. Maybe she will. But I think maybe as she moves forward, she'll start to make note of it and make changes as to what she does with a conquered city. Maybe not just leave it open with just a council, right? Because they just got conquered. Maybe not just leave it open where the other masters could come back. So we'll see for sure.
Yeah, that's a good little collection of your thoughts there. We have Sansa, who has arrived in the Vale, and Lady Arryn. We got to kind of get a better understanding of her relationship with Peter and Peter's love, such great love for her. And we also kind of got to see what kind of kickstarted this entire show.
So yeah, we did. We got to find out that, basically Peter assisted in the death of John Arryn, right? And so now it's important to keep that in mind going forward because now when deaths like that occur, was Peter behind it? Because he's clearly very adept in getting people assassinated, and not only getting people assassinated, being able to get it pinned onto somebody else without him being noticed. But what did he say? The person with no motive is the least likely suspect, right? Keep your enemies guessing. I did find it interesting. We had Catelyn, right, who was married to Ned, which Peter was jealous of. And then we have lady, oh my god, how did I just forget her name?
Arryn.
Arryn, yeah. We have a Lady Arryn who was jealous of Catelyn, her sister, because of Peter's infatuation with her. So it's kind of funny, but it seems like Peter, I mean, we're just reading his facial expressions, but like the way that like they're talking and she's all like, let's get married. He's like, yes, let's get like he seemed like he was just kind of going along with it. What's his end goal of it? I don't know. Like, what position of power does he see he can gain from having, being aligned with Lady Arryn? Does he think that maybe she has the capability of taking over the throne or something and allowing him a higher presence in the Seven Kingdoms? I'm not sure. I don't feel like she has. I don't know. I mean, we've only seen a little bit of her, but she doesn't seem like a character that's strong enough, I should say, I guess, or has the capabilities of taking the throne. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but
I mean, I will put it out there right now. It's kind of sad to see, moving on from that, but kind of still staying in the same area there. It's kind of sad to see constant back-to-back just bullshit,
heartbreak and jealousy, and
no, it's happening to Sansa. She finally got out of King's Landing, and now she's with this crazy bitch who's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Who basically despised her mother.
Yeah,
she's
now despising her.
Yeah, because she probably reminds her of her mother. So yeah, no, it is sad, and it's like, damn, it's like every time Sansa and Arya can't catch a break. I mean, you could argue Jon's had the least brunt of it because he hasn't really been as firsthand to the deaths that have been occurring. Arya's seen the aftermath or Sansa and Arya saw the beheading of Ned. Sansa got the news of the killing of Jon and Catelyn. However, Arya saw it.
Rob.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Rob. And then Jon's been north of the wall with dealing with so much shit that it's like, I don't know how much he could even really be pondering it because he has so much shit going on. He's with the wildlings at one point. Now he's got to escape the wildlings. He's back at the watch. Well, now he might get beheaded at the Night's Watch because he slept with a wildling. Well, now he has to go back and take over Craster's. Now he's got, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, has so much going on that it's, you don't really get to see the emotional repercussions of the
I guess you
events
could
that are
also
occurring.
say the same for Bran.
And yeah, you
I
could
mean-
say this. No, 100%. And yeah, so it's very interesting. The girls have been in front of it, have been at the brunt of it mostly, and at the forefront of the events occurring, while the guys have been off, you know, and doing their own thing. Now, I'm not saying that what they're doing isn't important, but I think that it plays a role. You know, hearing about an event, a tragic event occurring versus witnessing it is two totally different things.
We haven't even
So.
seen Rickon in a bit. Either.
Yeah, and that's another character we haven't seen. Stannis and Rickon we have not seen, and I'm very curious to see what's going on with them.
Theon and
Dude,
Ramsay. We haven't seen
I
them.
get sad when I see Theon. I don't even want to see Theon anymore. If they could tell me he got beheaded, and I'd just be like, okay, like just let that man go, bro. Like, but we do know that they are hunting down Bran and Rickon. Well, Ramsay's father,
Roose.
right? Yeah, they're looking because he said I'll give you 1,000 acres and a hold to what's his name. He said it to one of his soldier, like the leader dudes. I can't remember.
Yeah, if you can find them.
If you can find them. So we do know that that's another threat for Bran, like, you know what I'm saying? So, and I wonder if that's Bran's threat currently. Maybe they're more on the trail of Bran than they are, or I mean Rickon, more on the trail of Rickon than Bran, because Rickon, God, fucking A. Rickon doesn't really have much guarding him, you know. Bran's kind of safe. He's with the Night's Watch now.
He does have that wildling with him.
But that might not be a lot compared to what might be trailing him. That's, you know.
We'll have to see. I know another thing is Arya is practicing her sword fighting, and the Hound is like, this isn't fucking gonna work, buddy. What are you doing? And fucking straight backhands her. And she kind of was left on the ground like, so what do you think is going to happen there? You think that this might be the start of her being led by the Hound as a mentorship? I know you've brought up a mentorship between them for a while now. But or do you think that she's going to be even more defiant and more willing to try to prove her ways? How do you think that's going to turn out?
I think it is leading into the mentorship, and I think the mentorship is guided in the right direction unintentionally from what we know, like from their standpoint, unintentionally from our standpoint. I think it's going to benefit, because understand at the end of the day, right, the main threat is the White Walkers coming to the wall. If you think a White Walker is going to water dance with you and fucking parry and do a one-armed cartwheel, and they're not doing that. Like they're not doing that. And even so, I mean, the Hound, who has seen combat, he's like, yeah, that looks nice. That sounds great. It looks dandy. Looks great when you're dueling somebody one-on-one. But when you're in war, people don't give a shit. They don't care if you're gonna do all these spins and ting ting woo. Like they that's not what they're worried about. They're killing. Like they're
ting,
like,
ting, woo. Can we get that on a t-shirt,
yeah,
please?
Let me just like, bro, like they're trying to kill you. So and I think that she has to take. I think she's gonna take it with a grain of salt, and also understand that you're right. He was the number one sword in all the land from Bravos, where maybe they fight with a little bit of honor in Bravos. But he had a point. It's like, he died. He's dead. So how, like, you know what I'm saying? Even if he just had a stick, he was like, how good is his abilities? Maybe like if he, you know what I'm saying? The Hound has countless bodies underneath his belt right now, and he's fights like a brute. He fights how he needs to fight to survive, which is funny to me too, because it's even like you have Bronn teaching Jaime, and Bronn is teaching Jaime like, fight dirty, like don't fight like this clean fighting like that you guys are so accustomed to, you Highborns are accustomed to. No, when you're in the dirt, when you're in the trenches, that is not how this goes. Like, we don't
Right.
care about that. So
Right. Yeah, that's a interesting parallel there. Next we have Oberyn and Cersei talking, and Oberyn brings up Elia again, Elia Martell,
yeah.
and his 8 daughters, and says that Marcella is safe. And you say you want to believe him. So I'm curious, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, he has this grief for Elia that I
Yeah.
guess you could say is not necessarily completed yet, because he keeps talking about it.
Right.
So, and you can't really blame him,
No.
but he, it explains, why again he's so mad at the Lannisters. But even with that hatred he has, and that grief that he's dealing with Elia, he still says Marcella's not harmed. So, what are your thoughts about that whole situation? Do you believe him? Do you think he's trying to save face? What are your thoughts there?
I don't think he's necessarily trying to save face. I don't think that I just, maybe that's just how they live over there, is like, really, like, we don't need to hurt little girls. Like, why would we, have to harm a little girl? And someone that has 8 daughters, I feel like it kind of strengthens that a little bit more. It's like, I know it's like a lot of people are savages, like in this show. A lot of leaders have been savages. They're willing to do a lot of shit, especially like the nuttier ones. However, you know, again, it's coming from a character that has 8 daughters, that has, daughters in general. So it's like, I imagine naturally somewhere in I imagine naturally he has almost a sympathy for her. Like,
Do you think there's a possible positive relationship forming between the two?
I don't know, maybe who, I mean, maybe her daughter, maybe Cersei's daughter is friends with Oberyn's daughters or something. Like, we don't know. That's the thing. We haven't really gotten to see her in Dorne. So I guess everything's playing it
Well, I
by
mean, with Cersei and Oberyn.
I think that I don't I think of a relationship is forming. I think it's
Cersei loves her children, and
but
Oberyn
I
just
think
told Cersei, "Your child's safe." I
I think
mean,
that Cersei's more I think that the interest in the beginning of that relationship is more for Cersei to find out more about her Marcella's situation, whether or not it's lies or whatever. Maybe try to gauge Oberyn's character and see if, like, she can pick out if he's trying to deceive her. But maybe it does develop into a more positive relationship. Honestly, like, technically, like, the way Cersei and Jaime are kind of like separating, who knows? Maybe Cersei's thinking about I mean, no, I know she's supposed to marry Loomis. What's his name?
Loras.
Loris, yeah, whatever, same shit. But but maybe they develop a relationship and it starts to become a little bit more serious between her and Oberyn.
Possibly. Lastly, let's just talk about Craster's Keep being taken over, burnt, destroyed. The men of the Night's Watch that were traitors got their just due, and the wolves are free. We got to see a reunion with Ghost and John. But I think one of the key moments that stuck out is that Bran apparently has to go meet somebody over by the great weirwood tree that his buddy was saying. So, what are your thoughts on the whole Craster's Keep invasion and what's happening with Bran? I mean, Bran and John were that close again, that fucking close, and Bran saw him again. John has had no idea prior to the situation. So
I don't know who. I mean, I can't really speculate who I think he might be going to see. I do think that it sucks. It's really like it's a blue ball moment, bro. Every time they see each other, you're like, oh, this is a reunion, and it's like, damn. But it's almost serving for the better, right? Because that intimate moment of getting to re-embrace with your brother and everything, and having to get it cut short by being like, I need to go here. Like, John might be very opposed to it. No, you're not going. Like, saying, how do I like all that? Or I'm going to go with you. Like,
Right.
it's going to creates a moral dilemma on either side. So I think it's better for him if he doesn't get that full reunion, that full embrace. What would suck is if one of them dies before it happens, which it does. That shit happens in this show. Craster's was a dope little fight scene. Like I said, Bran's yeah, his awareness is pretty. I didn't think that he was gonna notice. Like he noticed the lantern, but then him to look down and notice the footsteps and stuff. I was like, it's interesting to show like, okay, he's more aware of like his surroundings.
Well, you got to, yeah. I mean, you got to think about, you know, he has no ability to walk. He spends his time in creatures, looking around. Like he's developed this keen sense of awareness by now.
And they elevated it by having like like nobody else noticed that. He heard it swinging, happened to look out, notice it like kind of swinging abnormally, then decided to look down, and he was like notices the footsteps, right? And it was just that whole scene was really dope. Again, I'm really sad that they didn't get to see and like link up for real, but I feel like it's for the benefit of both of them, and I feel like it's going to allow them to, you know, to complete their missions at a better state. Once again, it's like another situation where, you know, they're kind of avoiding like any emotional, like what could be trauma. You know, they're not seeing one another before they find out the other one is dead. Like when you're separated for so long, you could definitely argue that like a passing of somebody isn't going to affect you as much. Whereas like Sansa was with Ned and Arya was with Ned that whole time up until up until his beheading. You know, I mean, Arya wasn't with Robb when he got killed. However, she saw a wolf's head, the dire wolf's head sewed, like that's traumatizing shit. So like if we find out that Jon dies, Bran finds out Jon dies, he might be like, you know, he'll be distraught about it, but I feel like it won't hit him as hard because, you know, he hasn't seen him in so long. It kind of desensitizes you, in my opinion.
Wait, Robb?
Jon. If Jon dies. If Jon dies. I feel like it would desensitize. It's like that distance and stuff might desensitize you to the effects of it. I can't say that everyone's different. However, from what we've seen with the guys, these deaths haven't had as an emotional impact on them. That being said,
well, Ned's
might
death
change.
Definitely had an impact on Robb. That's for sure.
It did. No, I mean it definitely did, but you know.
Look, yeah, I get what you're saying. There's multiple ways that the deaths can be handled by anybody. But with that being said, if you guys liked what you're watching, leave a like down below. Subscribe to stay tuned for more. You can watch our full-length reactions to this and the next 4 episodes on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description. Zay, I know you have a Twitch.
Yeah, baby. Sunday through Friday. Come on, tune in, have fun. Cam and I are on Tuesdays and Fridays together. I'm gonna take a page out of Cam's book. You know, we play a lot of games, and I play a lot of games. So, if you guys need to slow that down to 1/38th speed to understand what I said, then do so. With that being said, come tune in. My schedule will be in my Twitch bio. And Cam, I know you also have a Twitch.
Yep, just your average Cam. I'm playing games like, and if you want to see what kind of games those are, all you have to do is click the link in the description, and you can head on over to my Twitch channel to see what I'm playing. But with that, yeah, sure, if you're so inclined. But with that being said, thank you guys for sticking around. If you're here right now listening to me, again, I appreciate the support. Zay appreciates the support. It means so much that you guys are here. And we will see you guys on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.